Coleman recorded, one of the selections in fact, a couple of reels called Love McDonald's, and the second one is The Band on the Slow Fare. And if you give a very big cheer when he walks out in the middle, Brian Cunningham, our dancer, will join in for the second one, because Michael Coleman, who I was just talking about, he was also a mighty dancer in addition to being a wonderful fiddle player. So I hope you enjoy and give Brian a big cheer when he comes out.
Christmas, a couple of days leading up to Christmas at home, they're pretty chaotic and hectic and full of stress. Is it like that here? So the men disappear for a few days and come back to a spotless house that's full of wonderful decorations. The decorations only go up on Christmas Eve traditionally in Ireland. And before we would go out to supermarkets and buy plastic things, what we decorated the houses with was ivy for the most part and holly. But you had to be very careful when you were going out to get holly to bring into the house for decorations, because it was believed in Ireland long ago that if you brought in holly branches that were very prickly, the man would rule the house for a year. And if the leaves were nice and smooth, the woman would. So you'd need to get out early and make sure you kind of got your kind of stake in there earlier, or else you could be in serious trouble for the year. But you also looked very carefully at the berries, because if the berries on the holly branches were very big, it meant there was a particularly bad winter still to come, or another couple of months of cold weather, because the birds would need these big berries. So there were all these various signs as well. Mistletoe also had a certain magic in pre-Christian Ireland, and nowadays it's just used to try to kiss somebody you kind of fancy. But the berries on the mistletoe branches were believed to be very therapeutic, and if you had a skin ailment of any sort, the berries and mistletoe were very important for that kind of healing. But usually we try to get to bed before midnight on Christmas Eve, and there's a scary enough reason for it. The various animals that were in the stable on that fateful night in Bethlehem, all of these animals get the gift of speech at midnight on Christmas Eve. So you don't want to hear what they have to say at all. Get into bed before midnight, without a doubt, there's another nice little tradition that happens on Christmas Eve sometimes. It's called beating away the hunger. And what we do is you get a loaf of bread, go out your front door, and throw it against the door, breaking it to pieces, and crumbs will be all over the place. And this was a way of warding off hunger for the coming year. That could be done on Christmas Eve or on New Year's Eve. So there you go. That tradition actually crept into another tradition which relates to marriage. And can you imagine a terrified young bride moving in with her new husband and his parents, and maybe a couple more siblings? And what the mother-in-law would do to kind of welcome the poor little crater in would be to get a loaf of bread again and to smash it over her head. And she'd do this with a nice pleasant grin and saying, "Now may you never be hungry in this house." Bang! And it all starts then. We're going to sing a nice lullaby now, a nice Christmas carol that refers to the first Christmas in Bethlehem. And it's a song Seamus learnt in school. We learnt it in school as well, so we might try to sing along with them. It's called Isagon the Háni Chuin. Seamus might translate a bit of it or tell us a bit about it.
Isagon the Háni Chuin. Baby Jesus came to us. And on a cold night, born in a stable with a donkey and a cow. Probably his mother and father too. The third verse is the stars were high in the sky and the night was nice and still. The next verse is...
You getting all of this?
You'll probably understand the In Excelsis Gloria, angels, that's what the angels sang. And have you got that now?
So will you sing along? In Irish, in Gaelic.
Sure. Isagon